But that's exactly why it's so complicated. You can't just apply the same rules you'd use for enterprise software.
It's not just software, Milo. It's software that learns, and in some cases acts. That's the part the regulators, and frankly the companies themselves, are still trying to figure out.
I'm Milo.
I'm Mila.
And this is AI Daily.
Today, we're leading with Meta's massive internal shift, reassigning thousands of employees into new AI groups, right as another wave of layoffs is set to begin.
Then we'll get into a fascinating development in enterprise AI. OpenAI and Dell are partnering up to bring AI models like Codex directly into corporate data centers, a big move for on-premise AI.
And later, a story that feels like it's straight out of science fiction. Researchers have found a way to power AI computations with hybrid light matter particles instead of just electricity.
It's a potential breakthrough in efficiency that could change the entire hardware equation for AI. Stick around for that.
But first, Meta. The company is reassigning 7,000 employees to 4 new organizations focused on building AI tools and applications. This comes just as another round of 8,000 layoffs is scheduled to hit this week.
The scale of this is hard to overstate. They're not just hiring AI people. They are fundamentally reshaping the company around AI development, even as they continue to cut costs elsewhere. An internal memo from their head of HR said the new structure will be flatter, with smaller teams, designed to be more productive.
And it's happening while the company is reporting record revenue, $56 billion in the last quarter. This isn't a move born from financial desperation. It's a strategic pivot. They're converting human capital into AI infrastructure on a scale we really haven't seen before.
The memo mentions 2 of the new groups are the Applied AI Engineering Team and the Agent Transformation Accelerator. Both are focused on building AI agents that can perform tasks currently done by humans. They're also spinning up a central analytics division to measure the productivity gains from these new AI agents.
Which brings us to the core tension. They're laying off thousands of people while simultaneously reassigning thousands of others to build systems that could, in theory, automate the very jobs being eliminated. That's a difficult message to send to your workforce.
I think you're looking at it too narrowly. This is about retooling for a new era of computing. They're investing up to $145 billion in capital expenditures this year, mostly on data centers and GPUs. They're not just replacing roles, they're trying to build entirely new products and capabilities that require a different kind of workforce.
I don't think it's narrow to point out the human impact, Milo. The message is clear. The company has decided the return on investment for AI infrastructure is higher than the return on human labor in certain divisions. For the employees, this is a moment of massive uncertainty.
It is, but it's also a reflection of the entire industry shifting. You can't build the next generation of AI products with last generation's organizational chart. It's a painful transition, but it's a necessary one if they want to compete.
We'll see if productivity follows the restructuring. For now, it's a huge bet that is reshaping thousands of careers inside the company.
Let's move on to the enterprise space. While Meta is reorganizing internally, OpenAI is pushing outward, right into the heart of corporate America's IT infrastructure.
Right. OpenAI and Dell have announced a partnership to help companies deploy models like Codex on their own on-premise hardware. This is a significant move away from the cloud-only model that has dominated so far.
Exactly. For a lot of large enterprises, especially in finance, healthcare, or government, keeping their data on their own servers is non-negotiable. Public cloud APIs are a no-go. This collaboration with Dell aims to solve that by deploying OpenAI's models inside what Dell calls its AI factory.
So the model goes to the data instead of the data going to the model. It addresses a lot of the security and data governance hurdles that have slowed down enterprise adoption.
It's a practical path to production, as they put it. It also signals a broader strategy from OpenAI. We've seen reports they're planning a Codex for legal offering, targeting specific business verticals. This isn't just about selling a general-purpose API anymore. It's about creating tailored, enterprise-grade solutions.
It's a necessary evolution. The big money isn't in consumers paying $20 a month for a chatbot. It's in multi-million-dollar contracts with Fortune 500 companies that need robust, secure, and specialized AI systems. This Dell partnership is a direct play for that market.
And it also puts pressure on competitors. Anthropic has been making huge inroads with enterprise customers. Microsoft already has a strong position with Azure. Now OpenAI is using Dell's hardware dominance to create another powerful sales channel.
My memory of last week's episode is surprisingly clear. We talked about the platform wars. This is another front opening up, the battle for the on-premise enterprise.
It is. The future of AI and business might not just be in the cloud, but in a server rack in your own building.
All right, let's get to our third story, and it's a fundamental one. It's about the physics of how AI computes.
This is one of those stories that sounds incredibly niche, but could have massive implications down the road. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania have created a hybrid light matter particle that could dramatically speed up AI computing while using a tiny fraction of the energy.
Unpack that for us. What is a light matter particle?
They're called exciton polaridons. The simple version is that they combine the speed of photons, particles of light, with the ability of electrons to interact with each other. For decades, computers have run on electrons, which generate heat and face resistance as they move through chips. That's a huge bottleneck, especially for the massive data loads in AI.
And light doesn't have those problems. Photonic computing using light instead of electricity has been a goal for a while. What's the breakthrough here?
The problem with pure photonic chips is that while they are great for moving data fast, they struggle with the nonlinear operations, the decision-making parts of an AI calculation. To do that, they usually have to convert the light signals back into electronic ones, which is slow and energy-intensive.
So it defeats the purpose.
Precisely. These new hybrid particles, the exciton polaridons, can perform those switching operations using only light. The researchers demonstrated this using an extraordinarily small amount of energy, about 4 quadrillionths of a joule. It's an almost unbelievably efficient switch.
What does that mean in practical terms? If this scales, what changes?
It changes the economics of AI. The biggest constraint on building more powerful models right now is energy consumption and heat. Data centers are a massive power draw. If you can make the fundamental computation 100 or 1,000 times more efficient, you change the scaling laws. You could run models on smaller devices, train them faster, and build architectures that are currently impossible because of power constraints.
So this isn't just about a faster chip. It's a potential paradigm shift in the hardware foundation of the entire field.
It's a long way from the lab to a data center, but yes, it's a proof of concept that the future of AI might not just be more powerful, but also much, much lighter.
Let's round out with a few other headlines in AI today.
Anthropic is set to brief the global finance watchdog, the Financial Stability Board, on the capabilities of its Claude Mythos model, which has shown an advanced ability to find cybersecurity flaws.
So the regulators want to understand the risk of AI discovering vulnerabilities in the financial system. That seems prudent.
A social media post from a Google DeepMind employee has sparked widespread rumors that Gemini 3.5 will be unveiled at the Google I/O conference, which starts today.
The rumor mill is in full swing. The pressure is on for Google to show a significant model upgrade.
And researchers at Tufts University demonstrated a neurosymbolic AI system that used up to 100 times less energy during training on a robotics task by combining neural networks with logical reasoning.
Another story about efficiency. It seems the industry is realizing that brute force scaling can't be the only answer.
It can't. Smarter, not just bigger, is starting to become a theme.
So a company reorganizing itself around AI, a new push to bring models into the enterprise, and a potential new way to power it all.
Just another quiet Tuesday in AI.
We'll see what Google I/O brings tomorrow.